Good evening. This is John Gregory Prescott coming to you from Springfield, Oregon. This is the Bohemian Prohibition. Got a candle burning over here. I put a little light in the back because I get this graininess. Take off my glasses so you won't see that blue eyeballs looking at you, the reflection off the screen. Saw a picture of on the news, CBS News. I saw California Street, San Francisco, all but empty because of the coronavirus and the prohibition against gathering with your fellow human being. Yeah, you had a few brave souls, lost souls wandering about. You're allowed to go out and walk your dog, head off to the supermarket, get yourself some food. But this is a prohibition. Okay? This is the Bohemian Prohibition I've been warning everybody about was coming. I saw it in my dreams, or my lack thereof. 3-4 years ago, I told Marilyn, so I don't dream of the future. I don't go into the future anymore. I'm worried, but I don't think there's any future there. So here we are, aren't we? So what is the prohibition about? A new prohibition. We're not going to be allowed to interact, go to the cafe, the outdoor cafe after the theater. We're not going to be able to drink wine and smoke our cigarettes. Wait for our turn for the give an opinion on the movie we saw with our friends. We're not going to be able to put the hit on a beautiful woman who's got play in her. She's got some playfulness from another dimension. I met her on Facebook. I call her Creme de Mint. Creme de Mint. I think I'm going to write a story about her just because I like to write. I like to do poetry, portraits and poetry. I'm going to write a poem. I've already written half of it to her. She made a joke about flying to Ireland to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. That's what this is, St. Patrick's Day. She can't go out celebrate St. Patrick's Day where she lived because town closed up. You don't live in a big town. She lives in some small town. But it's closed down. There's no nightlife going on. There's no bars open. There's no catching the glint in a beautiful woman's eye. He likes the way that you're seducing her. The mind games you're playing. Because you're a man. She's a woman. You're in a bar. You're downtown. On that main street. On your California street. Yeah, you get a little buzz on. You're talking the shit. She said, I can't do that anymore, so I'm going to fly to Ireland. I'm going to party St. Paddy's Day in a pub in Ireland. You could fly there for nothing. 5 days ago, the airlines said, no, we're not going to go down easy. We'll put people on a plane for almost free. You buy a ticket to United Kingdom for $90 there and back. And young people were hopping on that flight to go have themselves some fun and see Europe before they die. If someone dies before the grandpa and grandma die, they're going to see Europe. $90. It's down to $90 now. It was 88. But now the President of the United States is a prohibition against flying. There's no one going to be flying. Okay, but that's not true. See, the human, I don't want to say human, I say woman. The woman's soul owns this planet. Men, they let men, there's women like creme de menthe. They're rare. She's of Irish ancestry. She's an enchantress. And they live in the Appalachians, the Ozarks. He came over from Ireland a couple 100 years ago. And 100 years ago, during the potato famine. And they get themselves up in the mountains, the Appalachians. Yeah, and they're just an extraordinary woman. They're witches. You can mistake them for a witch. But these are the Irish enchantress. Ancient race of women. They've been around in America for a couple 100, 300 years. The oldest ones. And they got themselves a plane or two. I know some people. And they're taking the midnight flight to a town near Dublin. And you can say this is kind of like the doomsday town because these people aren't going to be stopped from going out and having themselves a drink on St. Paddy's Day. They ain't going to be deterred or, prohibited. And they invented Bohemianism. Well, that's because they came from Bohemia. Okay? Bohemians came into Ireland. Part of the Irish school. So, this is the end, folks. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm thinking about closing down Lower Rosemont Press because people aren't interested in anything but what they're doing to survive. They don't want to read about my Knights Templars. Knights Templars don't even want to read about it because they're a bunch of jealous sons of bitches. Once again, they 86 me, unfriended me from a group because I showed them the real Templars, the real effigies and what the monks were wearing, and they got all jealous because they come from some kind of Masonic brotherhood. That pretend Templars, see? And the real thing comes along and I show them the real thing. They get all freaked out. Gotta unfriend this guy. Gotta get him out of our midst. Yeah. So we got a pool of fake Knights Templars. and they know they're fake. And they know each other is a fake, and they gather together and protect their fakeness. See? They don't give a shit whether it's a pandemic or not. They got some bullshit to maintain. Whatever. They don't care if people are dropping around them like flies. They don't care if the grandmothers are shut up in their rooms dying, looking at their grandchildren through a pane of glass. They don't care. They're after damn egos. Huh? They've zeroed in on not Templars or probably my ancestors. This is the ego I like. I like to wear the white robe and this big red cross, and I love Jesus when I don't really love Jesus. And this is an identity I'm going to carry to the grave. Okay? People deserve what they're getting. See, I say that, people go, ooh, we're going to censor you, what you just said. Well, I'm telling you, look at, what I've been, my fight for my sister's legacy that I gave her, the art, people we had, had to go against, the mysterious death, and then the appearance of my ambitious daughter, born on my mother's birthday, who finally admitted all she cared about was being famous. So I'm looking at her at 16. She didn't see a father. She didn't want a father. She wanted to be famous. Yeah? She wanted people to look at her and say, ooh, I'm jealous of her. I'm jealous of her money and her fame. Look at her on stage. Ooh, she's going to the party. Ooh, the after club party with all the other famous people. Yeah, that was her desire. Eh? And I tried to make amends so I could be around when my granddaughter's born. But she don't want me around. She doesn't want me to be a part of, my grandchild coming from my seed, my ancestry. Because she's going to use that child to, the way her mother used it, her stage mother. She's going to dress that child up and make that little child tap dance, on the stage and play the flute and play the violin and do, sing some country western, see, So she wants a little puppet. She doesn't want me to have any input. She doesn't believe in DNA, man and woman getting together and creating her. She doesn't believe that. That interferes with her image of herself. This vain image that she's employed everybody. My grandson and everybody's employed in her rise to fame. Well, she ain't rising anywhere. She doesn't have any talent. She has no gifts. She's never going to be famous. But she wants the feeling of being famous. She wants people to affect their lives and act superior to everybody, make everybody inferior around her. Well, guess what? It don't mean shit anymore. The coronavirus has wiped out California Street. You can see the tracks, the reflection of the tracks for the trolley car. There's no trolley car running. Taking you to Fisherman's Wharf, or North Beach to hang around, with pretend beatniks from Nebraska. See, the party's over. Turn out the lights. Yeah, I'm gonna end. I think I've been trying to pay my Xfinity bill. I had to stop a hacker from taking money out of my bank, and I called them up 2 months ago. I says, here's my new bank account. You got to get this on this. You want to keep taking money out. Well, they can't figure it out. They can't do it. I can't get hold of them. because they've got some kind of giveaway to poor people on SSI if they've never had Comcast. So the lines are busy. They're going to be busy, and they want to take out $365 on the 21st, and then on April 4th they want to take out $545, and then $545 the next month. And looked at it. They're going to take out $900 in that couple of April, May to get my computer and my TV, my other phone. But I'm going to use my cell phone. See, but I'm not going to be able to compose. I don't think on Royal Rosemont Press through my cell phone. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So, Royal Rosemont Press is going to become an archive. And then there's this thing that keeps popping up that World Press wants me to pay some money. They want me to go in there and check on this. You don't want all your stuff to disappear, do you? Here, click on this. And they're pretending that people are talking, but it's the same people, and there's not enough dialogue going on. See, just enough to get you to click on it, and then when you click on it, you've made an agreement to pay what? $300? I don't want that. Can I back out of that? No, we couldn't, approach you in a normal fashion to get you to give us money because we're going down. Well, Comcast is going down. Xfinity, there's nothing on. You can't watch golf because the golfers can't play. You can't watch the NCAA basketball play because they canceled it. Can't watch the Duck football because that's canceled. See, everything's prohibited now. The whole thing I've been talking about on my blog, the warning, the seeing, the say I got to record the Bohemian history because it's in danger. I feel it's in peril. Yeah, it's crazy. I lost all my friends. Spooky Noodles, he kind of turned on me because he kind of realized he's got us, that, I'm on to something. And he's trying to ditch it, and trying to get me to associate coronavirus with Budweiser beer, a Corona beer and a Budweiser beer. Oh, no, he wants me to play a word game. The Prophet-like thing with Miller, and never read it till I put it up a month ago. So this is the point, The Bohemian world depends writing and painting, acting on Broadway, going out to cafes and wooing a woman. All that depends upon the socialism, the socializing, socialism too, that takes place in the service industry. The service industry is going down. Senate and the president and all these people are saying, my gosh, the waitress, bartender, the musician, the set designer, person that makes popcorn at the show, they're going down. They're going to be out of work. And they might get evicted and put out in the street. We're talking about the heart of Bohemia. It's going to end up out on the street. People aren't going to be buying books. They're not going to be buying paintings. They're not going to be opening up little cafes down in the Whitaker. You can't go there. They can't make no money. See? the interactions I've been talking about, And it's almost like I'm the god of Bohemia, and what everybody done to me, my family, my friends, what done to me, it killed it, brought on the virus. See, this is the getting a computer. Now, the virus that I saw in 1986, that would peril this huge computer that become a prison. Okay? Going to a trance. It's a huge computer that prisoned everybody, put them in isolation. And the only way they could communicate with other human beings was through the computer, but they had to spy on other people. They had to go out there and get the last of the Bohemians, see? Trick them into admitting that they're criminals and they ought to be locked up. This is what I saw when Nancy Van Brash Hammond visited her at the creamery, the Kesey Creamery. She says, you can recall so much about the hippie days that you ought to write a book on the history of the hippies. I says, no, I think I'm going to write about the future, the last hippies standing. Now, I think I'm going to work on that store, the Oaks Motel. I think I'm about ready to check in the Oaks Motel, where I put all these famous writers that have died. It's going to be a really bleak story. This will be the place where the writers go after the end of the world, after the great virus and the great asteroid. Hey, it's going to be about Jesus. It's going to be about Knights Templars. It's not going to be about wooing a beautiful woman with Irish ancestry taking a flight right now. The Green Eye flight to this town outside of Dublin. And then the Irish Mafia picks her up in a stretched limousine and takes Creme Lament to the pub at the end of the world. All right now. This might be my last broadcast. My last hurrah. You take care out there, huh?